vloggers, bloggers, and everyday toilet users. I know it's been forever since I've had just a regular toilet vlog, but what do you call it? I was in the middle of recording one of my toilet vlog brewings, and figures out I bought the wrong hydrometer, which really pisses me off. No, don't get me wrong. Luna kind of got into the room and accidentally. We usually keep the door locked. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of brewing equipment in there, so we keep it locked all the time. But I accidentally left it unlocked, and I was sitting on the couch, and then you ever notice that when it's too quiet that they're probably fucking with something. So I walk in there and she's got them both, and they come in a plastic casing like this. So, but she just ripped it out and threw it across the room and shit like that, and it broke. And well, I got this one thinking it was the one that I needed, and figures out it wasn't, but it was one of the ones I needed anyways. So it's not a loss. But either way, it's been a while since I've actually just talked about random shit. So much shit has changed in my life in the last couple of months. It is absolutely ridiculous. Me and Autumn are coming up on our 1-year anniversary. Love you, baby. What do you call it? That's going to be on the 31st. Our actual physical license didn't go through until December. So, that's our 1-year marriage. It would be our second or almost 3-year anniversary-ish. But that was a while ago. If you started from when we first started dating and everything like that. But yeah, it's almost been about 3 years. A little bit. Almost there. But still, either way, Luna is huge. She just had a second birthday a couple days ago. We actually went and hung out with one of Autumn's other daughters and celebrated the birthday together. It was a good old freaking bash and having fun. And I got on a jet ski, and Autumn got on a jet ski with her friend Rachel and flipped it, and it exploded. It didn't really explode, but really. But yeah, it was a good old time, and everybody, ate cake and had fun, and stuff like that. So I started a new job. That's one of the big things I wanted to talk about. So Amazon can go suck it. 3.5 years in Amazon, and it has just been god awful. I've said this story a billion times to new coworkers and old coworkers and whatever the fuck. But I used to love my job. I mean, I even have videos of me like, oh, I like being at Amazon and blah, blah, blah. It's fucking horrible. Pissing in fucking bottles all the time. That didn't bother me at first, Working during the winter didn't bother me at all either. But really, really pissed me off was when we moved to a new warehouse. So we had a small warehouse, and that was the one that I worked at for over 3-ish years. And, the routes were decently sized, not too hardcore. Like a normal route would be 130 or 40, maybe even 50 or 70 in Bloomington. And 170 in Bloomington, that's a lot. That's a lot, especially you get 10-hour, thingamajig, and sometimes you'd skip lunch. Most of the time I took lunch, and so what we had in the small warehouse, what was called a carnival operation. So, it's a smaller warehouse. Some of the carnival things, they're not even warehouses. They're literally just big ass tents where they just ship their Amazon shit out of, excuse me, and everything like that. So they moved us to a new warehouse. They literally built the damn thing across the street, and it's fucking huge. And what do you call it? They upgraded us to Amazon XL/rural, super rural, which means we cover a smaller distance, but it made the routes bigger. So that's basically what ended up happening. The routes started off tiny, microscopic, 10 stops, whatever. They had this thing called all-day pay, and that was because the warehouse was, starting up. And that's cool, getting paid for the hours, even though, you don't have a full route yet. And that went on for a couple weeks. And then after that, they just started getting bigger and bigger and even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I could go on. A normal stop or route in Bloomington is now 190 something, 195. And that's absolutely insane. And on top of that, even if you got that route done, get this shit, you wouldn't even be getting done until 9:30 at night because they changed our fucking times. We went from starting at 7 o'clock in the morning. You get to Bloomington by 10, you get done by 3, whatever. Now, they started at 11:30. And then that's just you getting to the warehouse. Everything's done out of the warehouse now instead of you going to get a van and driving it to the warehouse. But, you would just park your van where the warehouse is now. But still, you wouldn't even start until then. And then I wasn't even getting done until 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Shit, there was one night I didn't get off until 11:30. You know, and then it started getting even crazier. Students came back, and I get it. Students came back to order and everything. But here's the crazy fucking thing. You'd have 30 fucking stops on campus with 475 packages. And they try to get you to fucking deliver to the individual's doors. You're looking at a high rise of at least 500 individual apartments. If I literally took all of the packages and dragged those 4 full bags to every single door, it would take the entire shift to do that. So yeah, the only option that you had to do was open the door, throw the package. There you go. Hope you get it, dude. Your rich ass parents would buy you another graphing calculator. Who gives a shit? But yeah, I just got to the point where I was fed up. People just started dropping like flies. And then after that, I got this new job. I actually work at Power Distributing. They do Red Bull. And I'm a local merchandiser. I fucking love the job. I've got a company phone. I've got a company car. I've got a company card. Like, honestly, I'm making $20 an hour compared to the $18 an hour. And we'll get back to that. Actually, fuck it. We'll just talk about it now. Get this bullshit. I still talk to some of my old coworkers and shit like that. But, yeah. You know, there's a guy named Jesse. Been working there almost as long as me. Not going to say his full name because I don't even know his last name, to be honest. Jesse isn't his real name either. Well, what do you call it? We respect people's rights around here. Sorry, my wife. What do you call it? But yeah, I get a hold of him, and he's talking about how, like, they gave all the new people who started out at $16.50 an hour bumps all the way to $18, which what we were already making. And guess what? The guys that have been there for 3.5 years got 50 cents. So yeah, fuck Amazon. Yeah. And not specifically Amazon, the company that I was working for. It's you. Fuck them. You know, I mean, they were nice to me certain points in my life, but honestly, fuck that. I'm tired of being shitted on. And there's nowhere to go, you know, I mean, higher up. I mean, there was no raises happening. The promise for our electric vans, blah, 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 blah. Stupid. Other crazy shit that's been happening in my life. I recently had a bunch of drama happen that I'm not going to discuss because it's personal, obviously. But yeah, basically, I don't hang out with a lot of people now. Mostly because they're immature assholes. You know what I mean? Like, being dickheads, doing stupid shit, you know? So yeah, I've recently cut out a lot of people in my life. So, you know, I've noticed that it's been very drama-free since then. And with me working at Power now, I'm getting off at like 3 p.m. I'm driving home. I'm not paying for gas. I'm, you know, chilling, sitting down. Like, I got a bunch of brewing equipment right next to me because I was going to brew, but then what I said about the hydrometer, and I'm actually going to be making a vinegar. Look forward to that vinegar episode of Toilet Vlog Brewing to come out. I'm also going to be doing a hard cider because it's, you know, it's spooky time. And also, it's October, so my birthday's coming up. But I really don't celebrate my birthday because, you know, it's a birthday. And I'm 35 this year. But yeah, it's just, there's been a lot of stuff, and I haven't come out and made a video in a very long time. I don't want this to be, like, horrifically long. But yeah, you know, it's, you know, that point in your life where you're like, when am I ever going to become an adult? Kind of feel like one of those now, you know. I've got this nice job where I have more responsibilities, like cards, phones, cars, all that stuff. I'm married, you know. I have a 14-year-old kid. Like, that feels pretty grown up to me. You know what I mean? I mean, if you take my life probably like 10 years ago, you know, I was a worthless junkie and stuff like that. But, you know, hold out and keep trying in life, and, you know, you can make it, do stuff. You know, find a beautiful girl that loves you no matter what, like my beautiful wife does. And, yeah, just keep going with the flow. I mean, well, not just going with the flow, but trying harder. And thanks to my wife for pushing me harder to actually get the new job that I got. Because if it wasn't for her, like, saying, you know, you can do better, you can do better, you can do better. You know, not in a bad way, but, like, you know, like, seriously, I mean, like, and I knew I could. I just needed that extra push. I was too comfortable at Amazon, and yeah, I'm very happy with where I am in life right now, but I'm always going to strive to do more and be better. You know, I'm just a merchandiser at the job I'm at right now, but I have the ability to go to account manager, where I'm literally the manager over certain stores that distribute Red Bull, and, you know, keep going on and on and on and on and on. you know. And then at that point, if I got that position, I'd be salary, and I'd be making like $45,000 a year, which is pretty significant to me, seeing how I spent the last like 3 years of my life making like 32,000 or 35 or whatever. But yeah, man, I'm trying to build my credit. I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying to, have a home where, my kids can be saved, my wife can be saved, where I can relax and do the things that I like to do, like brewing and making random shitty videos that nobody watches. And the whole entire point of the vlog is to just talk about random stuff in my life and just document it. You know what I mean? There's been gaps, but if you actually look back, I've been making these videos for probably 12 years. So, yeah, they've ranged from all kinds of weird, crazy stuff to, me just going on about my life and stuff like that. But I've had a pretty crazy one, and it's kind of slowing down a lot, and I'm enjoying that. You know what I mean? Making more money, getting the things that I want, doing the things that I need, and just being overall happy with what I have and happy that I have it. Either way, peace.